Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn web services, which is the last unit number 4 in web technology. So, outline of web services are web services overview. Okay, what are the points comes under the services? We'll learn about that. Types of web services, which types included in this last unit? We learn about that. Difference between SOAP and REST protocols. Okay, first we learn about web services. Okay, so in web services, a web service is defined as what we can say is a client server application or application component for communication, right? For example of web services is Amazon web services, or we can say paid Microsoft Azure services. These all are the examples of web services. A method of communication between two devices over the internet is nothing but the web services. Or we can say the collection of standards or protocols for exchanging information between two applications or two devices, right? Then the internet is maybe private or internet networks. There are three types basically: LAN, WAN, MAN. So it may be internet private or internet networks. Uses of standardized XML messaging system is used. Then operating system or programming language are used. Then self-describing via common XML grammar. This is nothing but the web services is discoverable via a simple find mechanism. Then we see about the components of web services. The basic web services platform is XML plus HTTP. So XML is nothing but what? Extensible markup language and hypertext transfer protocol. All the standard web services work using the following components. Okay, so basically we use three components. First is SOAP. It stands for what? Simple Object Access Protocol. Then UDDI. So one by one we see detail about these protocols. So UDDI, Universal Description, Discovery and Integration. Then third one is WSDL, means Web Services Description Language. These are the main components of web services. So how does a web service work? A web service enables what? Communication among various applications or devices by using open standards. So which open standards we refer here? HTML, XML, WSDL and SOAP protocol. So web services takes the help of what? XML tag, the data, SOAP to transfer a message, means extensible markup language tag is used for the data. SOAP is used for transfer a message, and WSDL to describe the availability of service. Then first component is nothing but SOAP. Okay, SOAP is an XML based protocol for exchanging information between computers. So SOAP is a communication protocol for exchanging the information. SOAP is for communication between applications. Two or more applications communicated together using SOAP protocol. Then it is a format for sending messages. It is like a SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SOAP is an interfacing for sending the messages. Yes, SOAP is designed to communicate via internet. Of course, to application communicate, there should be internet will be compulsory. Then it is a platform independence, means different two operating systems are there, then also SOAP protocol can work because of platform independency. Then SOAP is a language independent. Okay, any scripting language we can use. Then it is a simple and extensible. It is easy to use and extensible. It we can say SOAP allows you to get around firewalls and will be developed as a W3C standard. Okay, what is W3C? Already we learn in unit number 2, World Wide Web Consortium Standards. Okay. So components of web services, second is WSDL. It is also a XML based language for describing web services and how to access them. WSDL stands for what? Web services description language. W for web, S for services, D for description, L for language. Then WSL was developed jointly by Microsoft and IBM. It is a protocol for information exchange in decentralized and distributed information. Decentralized means there is no client server architecture, decentralization is there. Then distributed environments means different systems connect together and that communicate together, okay, with various operating systems called as distributed environment. Then means there is no server, all systems are connected together distributed. Then WSDL is the standard format for describing a web service. What its definition describes how to access a web service and what operation it will perform. Then it is a language for describing how to interface with XML based service and integral part of UDDI and XML based worldwide business registry. WSDL is the language that UDDI use. Components of a web services. Third one is last component is UDDI. U stands for what? Universal. This stands for description. D stands for discovery. And I stands for integration. Means combinedly what we can say universal description, discovery and integration. Okay. This is the standard for universal description and integration we can say. Then it is a specification for distributed registry of web services. It is of course it is a platform independent again open framework. Then it can communicate via SOAP and Corba and Java RMI protocols. WSDL to describe interfaces to web services. Then UDDI is seen with SOAP and WSDL, means it work together with UDDI as one of the three foundation standards of web services. UDDI, SOAP and WSDL are main three components. Always remember. Then UDDI is an open industry initiative enabling businesses to discover each other and define how they interact over the internet. Then next is types of web services. Second point. So web services is first service is SOAP web services. Second is REST web services. Okay, so SOAP is nothing but what? Simple Object Access Protocol. Or it is, we already learned in previous slide, it is XML based protocol for accessing web services. Then SOAP is a W3C recommendation for communication between two applications. It is a XML based protocol. Protocol is nothing but the rules and regulation for communicating over the internet. It is a platform independent and language independent. Means any operating system is there, any platform is there, it can be work on that platform easily. And there any scripting language can be used, that's called as a language independency. By using SOAP, you will be able to interact with other programming language applications. See the architecture, SOAP envelope. In that first header is there. After that, as per the scripting language body, in that WSDL with HTTP protocol. So SOAP. See here, a simple word. SOAP is what we can say is a technique to send an XML request over the internet using HTTP protocols. You can see here service protocol. What? SOAP, SOAP, service request. Service consumer can send the SOAP request to service provider. Service provider can reply with the XML service response. Okay, what SOAP containing? It is a get student info, roll number, get student info. Okay, then XML what? XML service response. It is a get student information what we get, Viraj and phone number of that particular student. Means see HTTP protocol and it in return getting an XML response. Taking a real world example, if a client wants to fetch a school student data by using student's roll number in the request, he can do so using web services. Okay, So this is the basic architecture of SOAP. But we can say SOAP is nothing but what? Service request. So SOAP, well, every application service serving SOAP request has a WSDL file. WSDML is what? XML, and it stands for Web Service Description Language. And all the methods available in the web service along with the request and response method. It describes the contract between service and client. Okay, it is a client server architecture, that's why service and client communication is there. So it was intended to be a way to do remote procedure, means remotely we can do the procedure calls to remote object by sending XML or HTTP request. So today the world is moving fast toward the RESTful web services. So SOAP advantages is, first advantage is what? WS security, means its own security known as WS security. Then language and platform independent. Of course, different platforms, it also works. Different languages, it also works on any platform. That's why it is a platform independent. Then disadvantages of SOAP web services is it is a slow. Why slow? It is slow and consumes more bandwidth and resources. Then WSDL is dependent. SOAP uses WSDL and does not have any other mechanism to discover the service. REST. Next service is REST. RESTful web services. REST stands for Representational State Transfer. REST is an what? Architecture style, not a protocol. Okay. So advantages of REST web services is fast. Why fast? Because there is no strict specification like SOAP. It consumes less bandwidth and resources. Okay, it requires less bandwidth, so it is faster. Language platform independent, of course. Different platform it also works. That's why language platform independency. Can use SOAP. RESTful web services can use SOAP web services as the implementation and permits different data formats like plain text, HTML, XML, JSON. Then REST stands for representational state transfer. It not a set of standard of rules, or it is only the style of architecture. The application which follow the architecture are referred to the as RESTful. Unlike SOAP, which targets the actions, REST concern more on the resources. Okay, so REST locates the resources by using URL. Okay, uniform resource locator, and it depends on the type of transport protocol with the GET method, HTTP GET method, POST method. GET means we get the data from users, POST method we post the data, PUT method and delete method. Okay, etc. For the actions to be performed on the resources. Then the REST service locates the resource based on the URL and perform the action based on the transport action verb. See the architecture, so you better understood REST. Service provider is there and service consumer is there. So service consumer request to the service provider. Service provider give the response with XML service response. For example, student2night.com, student roll number 07. So using get method, request is transferred, and with the post method XML service response is given, that is student name is Viraj and phone number of that particular student. So REST example, it is architecture. This URL, for example, student roll number 07 can be used, okay, to get student information by sending a REST call of get type, get method, and put request. Put method is used to put the request. Then difference between SOAP and REST. Okay, so it is a very important. So you should know the how it two methods are differs from each other. So SOAP is a protocol. Of course, first difference, REST is an architecture style, not a protocol. So SOAP stands for Simple Object Access Protocol. REST stands for what? Representational State Transfer. SOAP can't use REST because it is a protocol, but REST can use SOAP because it is a concept and protocol like HTTP SOAP. SOAP uses services interfaces to expose the business logic. Here, URL to use the or to expose the business logic. JAX WS is the Java API for SOAP web application, but here JAX RS is the API for web services. Then SOAP defines standards to be strictly followed, but REST cannot follow the standards strictly. SOAP requires more bandwidth and resources than REST. REST requires less bandwidth and resource than SOAP. SOAP defines its own security, but it inherits security that is RESTful or measures from the underlying transport. Then SOAP permits XML data format only, but REST permits all data types, all data formats. For example, plain text, HTML, XML, JSON, etc. SOAP is less preferred than REST, and REST is more preferred than what? SOAP. Okay, so after web services, we learn about the EJB, Enterprise Java Beans. Okay, so Enterprise Java Beans is a EJB. So in next lecture, we learn about the EJB. So today we stop here on difference of SOAP versus web services.